Three people are shown on a board who are lost somewhere in the sea. Actually, they were traveling on a ship that was going from Scotland to England. But then it hit the rocks. As a result, the entire ship sank into the sea, and many people died. However, there are three people who survived. All three of them are in a small boat. They also have a map of the place they want to go, but they don't know where they are. They do know that the place they want to reach is very far from here, and they keep moving forward with the boat. There is a vast ocean in front of them. They can't see anything for miles. Then, the fog in front of them lifts, and they see an island. Seeing this island makes all three of them happy. They steer their small boat to the shore of the island, and now all three of them are on this island. They can't see anything for miles around. They realize that they will quickly die of hunger and thirst if they are alone on the island. Just then, an old man appears, who welcomes these three and says, "Come with me to my house." Seeing him, they all become very happy, and the three of them go to his house where he offers them food to eat and water to drink. Among these three sailors, one is named Cosley, who tells the man that their ship was not very far from his house, but it hit the rocks underwater and sank. He requests the man to light a big fire nearby, so if any of their companions survived, they can also come to this island. He says, "All right, I will do it, but for now, you rest." Koji's shoulder is in a lot of pain because when their ship hit the rocks, he got injured on his shoulder. The man notices this and tells him, "Come with me. I will take you to Douglas, who will bandage your wound." Now all three of them head towards Douglas's house with the man. On the way, they see a girl whose behavior is very strange. She is acting very oddly, but the man chases her away from there, and now all three of them. They reach Douglas's house with that man. He tells Joan that there's no need to worry. Your wound will heal soon, and until then, you can stay here comfortably. These three have seen about 40 crows on the entire island. There are 4 people living here. One of them is the old man Joan met first. The second is his daughter. The third is Douglas. And the fourth is Douglas's niece. They can't figure out where the rest of the people have gone, so they ask Douglas. Douglas says that a few years ago, the entire island became barren and uninhabitable, so everyone left. Everyone left the island and went somewhere else, and we decided to stay on this island. Now at night, when the three of them are sleeping, Kozlik hears strange noises. He tells his companions, Coley and Ferris, about it. The three of them become suspicious. They suspect that something is wrong on this island because the girls here also behave abnormally. So, they want to explore the island to find out more. But Suna refuses to let them do so, saying that doing this could endanger their lives. There might be danger. You should stay inside the house because it gets dark very quickly on the island. What you're thinking is not true. There's nothing on this island. It's completely normal, but they don't listen to Douglas and leave the house. After exploring the entire island, they realize that this is one island because, apart from these 4 people, there are no animals here, not even birds. Also, this island doesn't even appear on maps, which is very strange because it's located in a place where the outside world, meaning the city, is not very far away. And the 3 decide to explore different islands. They each go their separate ways. It gets dark quickly here, just as Douglas said. He also mentioned that the danger increases on this island at night. So they search and Jim returns home quickly. But their third companion, whose name is Ferris, hasn't returned home yet. It's already dark, and he has trouble seeing at night. He's wandering alone on the island when he starts hearing strange noises. It feels like there's someone around him that he can't quite see. He gets scared, calls out to his friends, and starts to run away. But there's no one here to hear his voice. At home, Koji, Lee, and Zoom are very worried about their friend. They want to go out and find him, but Douglas refuses. He says it's not safe to go out at night. Your friend will be fine wherever he is. Go in the morning, whose name is not mentioned. She starts feeling unwell, and before they realize it, she leaves from there, and now they decide that they will go to find their friend in the morning. The next morning, they go to search for their friend. They look all around the island, and after a lot of searching, they find their friend. But now he has died. It seems he died from falling from above. Both of them are now convinced that either there's something wrong with this island or with the people living here, especially the girls, because they've noticed many changes in their behavior, particularly their expressions, and their eyes completely change. Sometimes they even become so aggressive that they have to be tied to the bed. And the strangest thing is this girl Corrigan, who acts weirdly, always wandering in the jungle, and sometimes her eyes roll around. Her behavior is the strangest, and for now, they can't do anything because they have no evidence. And now both of them want to leave this island as soon as possible. That's why they start investigating further here. Codsley finds a diary in Douglas's room that mentions some explorers who came to this island but were all killed. None of them could leave, just like their friend Ferris, who died on the island, and they suspect that Corrigan killed him. So now they want to leave this island. At night, they sneak out of the house. Their boat is still by the shore, and they get into the boat to leave from here. They leave, and as soon as they go a little distance, a thick fog surrounds them. This fog is so dense that they can't even see each other properly. Just then, they hear the screams of their friend Ferris. They think their friend is really calling for help. So, they jump into the cold water and go to the shore. There, once again, the same man appears before them who first met them in Silent and took them to his home. Now, once again, he brings them to his house. There, he tells them that you are trapped here. If you want to survive, you must do as I say. This island has been here since before the sea existed. Until a few years ago, many families lived here, and one day a girl with golden hair came here. She was very beautiful. She introduced herself as Aya. Her nature was very good. Everyone was very happy to meet her. But her truth was something else, because she was not a human but a goddess. After she came to the island, prosperity increased more than before. The crops started growing better than before. Everyone here he was happy. Everyone on the island liked him. But one day, a man, in a drunken state, assaulted and killed him. Although she was a goddess and could use her powers, she was in human form, so she wasn't allowed to, and after her death, the island's bad days began. The crops were completely destroyed, and the women on the island couldn't control themselves. They would start feeling something at any time. So gradually, they began to kill all the men on the island. But now 5 people are left here, so that the essence of the island remains. Any ship that passes near the island sinks on its own. And when the surviving passengers come to the island, they are eliminated one by one. After learning the whole truth, both of them are scared, and now here is Douglas, the doctor, who is ready to help them. And hopefully, both of them can leave here and return home. But it's not that easy. No one has ever escaped from the island. Now at night, near Codsley, because of the fog, he becomes his own. She tells him to leave, saying he won't survive if he stays here. Codsley has many more questions in his mind, so he follows her as she goes into a room. Codsley is outside while many changes are happening inside Corrigan, and then a gunshot is heard. They all rush to the place where the gunshot came from and find out that Codsley's companion, Jim, has been killed. Corrigan is there, and something starts happening to her. She loses control over her mind and body. This is happening because of the death of the horse that came to this island. It happened because a man from this island forced himself on her and killed her, and now Corrigan's father ties her to a chair. They want Codsley to leave the island at any cost. On the next island, another man takes Codsley to the seashore where his boat is. They give him earplugs and tell him to put them in his ears so he won't hear anything. Codsley does as told and takes his boat to leave. But as he's leaving, he looks at the mountain ahead. And 3 girls. He sees them, among which, take 1, the second, Corrigan, the third one, the fair one whose name came up. She is humming a song and the other 2 girls are accompanying her, and now anyone can hear that song. And once again a dense fog starts to spread. He hears the voices of his companions. He can hear them calling him for help. However, this is not reality. It's a figment of his imagination. And now when he can't control his mind, he jumps into the water, which leads to his death. After his death, the song that was being sung stops, and she disappears from there. Corrigan and the girl with him realize that whatever is happening here is completely wrong. So both of them jump off the cliff, and with their deaths, Aya's powers start to fade. Meanwhile, Kajli is shown in the sea, who is still alive. Actually, he deliberately jumped into the water, because he knew that until he jumped into the water, Ima would not stop singing. That's why both girls would remain under her control. So when he jumped into the water, Ima stopped singing. After this, Corrigan and the other girl jumped off the mountain. Actually, Corrigan loved Kajli, so she gave him her locket. Whenever he has it, he sits in his boat and leaves from here. Whether he reached his home or not is not mentioned. Also, on this island when Douglas and the other man are there. However, Douglas's niece, who is Corrigan and the other man's daughter, both have died. This means that even if they do it, it has ended. Which is why everyone who came here was killed. Anyone from around who passed by was drowned. And now what will happen to these two here is not told to us. With this scene, the movie and this story end. Which movie's story would you like to hear next? Do let me know in the comments below as I read them.